Day number 3, and I'm waking up. I'm just getting ready to move out and take a few pictures, because this is the come on, door. This is the location. Where's the phone? Here's the phone. This is the location I was able to find. Well, for parking last night. So yeah, we're gonna do some pictures, some video, and then keep on going. 11 hours up to my destination in Montreal, Canada. Yeah. So let's do this. This city is really nice. I mean, it's walkable. You don't find many places like this anymore in the US. You can walk. And there's every corner has little thingies here and there. Oh look! These are about to pop. I was here too early then. Well, what you gonna do? Starbucks. Should I pay $5 to get to use the bathroom? Yeah. Okay. Here's a public bathroom that's free, that you just need to scan a QR code. Let's see. No. I guess no. Wait. Here, check it out. This is a public bathroom inside, and then I'm gonna show you how it opens up. Once you're done, just come to the door, wave your hand around this light, and you're back in the street. Isn't cool? And this is how you open it up. You see that number? 202-751-36. Okay, cool. You send a text message. The message is thrown, and then it's gonna ask you where you at, right? Thrown. No, but I'm not gonna do it. I already did it. And then it opens up, and then you can use it, and that's it. You don't need to pay Starbucks to use the bathroom. Look at the bed. It reminds me of Europe. For some reason, well, I guess all the buildings, isn't that a Roman column? And isn't that the roof of that building? Isn't that just a copy of the mausoleum in Italy, in Rome? Isn't it? And then we see this here. This is just a collection of massive buildings, amazing, huge, grandiose buildings, I guess. Yeah. But this is fairly recent. What is it? 18th, 19th, 20th century? Yeah, this is all fairly new. And then, for that reason, is classic. Like this is a classic, but then at the same time we got modern, which you also see at some of those cities in Europe, but But this is Washington DC? Huh? Yeah, pretty cool vibes with the city. I don't know why, I guess it's pretty well designed, everything's super clean. And all the buildings are super magnificent, and maybe it's the early morning sunrise vibes is still in the air and I'm feeling it. I don't know, but it's real cool. And the free parking is just better. This place is massive and people like to jog a lot. They like the running. Get alive, people. Just kidding, it's great. I'm not sure if you remember, but this water fountain right here is where Forrest Gump was giving a speech and somebody messed up the cables. And but Jenny was in the audience somewhere, and she jumped in the water so that Forrest could see her. It's in the history books. Remember? It happened right there. Right there. Find it hard to believe this is the center of power. It looks chill. I don't know if it's because a cold morning, but it just looks relaxed, chill. New York is awesome, but it's hectic, fast, crazy. This is chill. I don't know if somewhere else in the city there's a different type of vibe, but so far, this is chill. I don't know. Check this out. It's pretty peaceful. I don't know why. Even with construction going on. Or maybe the real question is, why is it that I find it to be too peaceful? Why is it that maybe in the back of my head and my consciousness there's this feeling that this city should be more worried, more should be working more? Or maybe no, I don't know, it's weird, it's a weird sensation. I gotta get out of here. Not because I don't want to explore more, it looks incredibly interesting, so many museums and cool buildings and things to see, but I gotta make my way up north because otherwise I'm not gonna be back in Florida in time for what I got to do. So let's go back to the car. Curious to see or to know, why is it that obelisks are so popular? Why is it that so many countries love to have obelisks? What's the point? What is a grandiose pyramid? Just a pyramid with a huge base. This sense of permanency, sense of everlasting. There's a big ego tells you that whatever you achieved at some point in your life is so grandiose, so gigantic, so enormous that it needs to be preserved forever. A pyramid, that's why they build pyramids, because that shape it just stays up forever. And then on top of that you put a massive base. Alright, starting the day with 71% battery and we have a 2 hour 24 minute drive, 129 miles to the next charger, which is in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. That's our next stop. So let's go. Crossing through Baltimore. That over there in the background, that is Baltimore over there. Cool. Leaving Maryland behind and entering Pennsylvania. I have no idea how many states we got so far now. And then heading to our ninth charge of the trip, which will happen in 50 minutes, in 51 miles in 50 minutes at Harrisburg. Welcome to Pennsylvania. It does look like Pennsylvania. This is a postal card of Pennsylvania. This is what I imagine every time somebody mentions Pennsylvania. This is Pennsylvania. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to Pennsylvania. Heading out to the charger. See you in a bit. Arriving to the supercharger in Harrisburg. I think this is Pennsylvania. And this one is located right next to a Harvest. The wine bar. This is a super new chargers. These are the fast ones, but either way, it's 50. Anyway, find spot. There you go. I like these chargers. Their cables are longer, more comfortable, and there's and there's also a shopping plaza next to this restaurant. Great. There we go. So, like per the usual, let's go ahead and see the new charger. It's a big cabinet, longer cable. You have to press here to unlock. See this long cable? My car already knows, is ready. Boom. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. And with that we have, where is it? Come on. We have 20 minutes remaining to continue the trip. So that's a while. So I have 20 minutes here. I gotta eat. I think the Harvest restaurant is closed, but their tables or chairs outside, they're outside. So I think I'm gonna take some of my goodies and indulge. Yeah. Oh, it's 49 degrees here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You see where I am? Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, according to the map. Next stop will be Binghamton. Where is this at? Binghamton. and then after that Albany, and then after that North Hudson, and then Montreal. 4 more stops. This is 9th to charge. 14 minutes remaining to continue trip, or longer if I decide to have a longer breakfast. I haven't had breakfast. I went to the gym. I went to the gym and I showered. So that was pretty good, refreshing. And what's out here? Let's check out this plaza. I'll check out the plaza. You know, something I've learned, one thing I've learned throughout this trip is that mosquito cadavers are really tough to get out of the car. And yeah, that's something that really bugging me. Because it's tough. Every time I find one of those wedgies to clean, it's just not coming off, and I don't even know how I'm gonna do. I'm still like 2/5 into the trip, and I know there's original mosquito cadaver here that's never gonna come off. PPF, right? There's PPF protection they sell that you can install on your car. I am seriously considering it now because it just makes sense. It's just gonna help the car, the body of the car at least last longer, and worry less about cleaning. Because right now I'm really concerned about all of this stuff, and how is it going to come off? I have no idea, but yeah. All right. Charge number 9, 10 is done, and we're placing our charger back in the box, placing our butt back in the car, closing the door, and continuing the trip. Let's go! How to steer temporarily unavailable. Sure. Let's go! How do I get out of here? Like this. Little update about the vegetation. It's been a while since the last time I saw a palm tree, and then for the most part, trees are bare bones. They're naked. This is Pennsylvania, and it's so ice already too. Temperature right now is 45 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 6 Celsius. So they say that last couple days have been warm, but that in general has been really cold, and it's gonna get colder again for a few days. And we're still heading north. We're still heading a little bit more north. I had to put some air in the tires already. They're pretty low. They're at 38 psi, 38, 39, some of them 38, 39, when the recommended is 42, and that was 42. That's what I put in them back in the border with Georgia, Florida, Georgia. But they were already down 39, 38. So just to keep in mind, every time you're driving or every time the temperature cools down quite a bit, the pressure in your tires is gonna drop as well. So make sure they're
there where they're supposed to be. And yeah, I'm missing the palm trees already. I don't like this. I like the mountains. That I do like. Is a really nice thing to drive on the hills. Is a really nice scenery for a change. But I don't like the dead nature. I do not like the trees without leaves. I don't like the gray skies. I'm missing the palm trees already. But we're still on trip. Anyway, let's go. There's eyes. There's blocks of ice around here. Just sitting on the rock. Up there's ice. Where am I going to? There's ice.
Idéntico, weón.
Sí, muy parecido.
¿Cierto que sí? O
Sí,
sea,
muy parecido.
sabiendo que cuando comenzamos con esta, siendo tu taina que la tarima era allá, era muy diferente. O sea, yo nunca lo he.
And today's charger is located right at this Schneider's Market. Schneider's Market in Kirkwood, New York. We can see him over there at the end. This is an interesting location. All of these locations have been interesting for these superchargers. All of them. Pretty cool. All of these locations have been different. Police stations, supermarkets, hotels. What else? There was a few gas stations. There was, what else have we had? A Dairy Queen, that was kind of odd. There was a little bit of everything. Oh, that's shopping, a couple shopping plazas, nice looking shopping plazas. And we're charging, 13 minutes to go. Story keeps getting better, more interesting, more exciting. I got my fifth strike. I got my first strike, so I don't have any more FSD. I will not have any more FSD for the length of, I don't know, I think a week. So at least for this trip, no more FSD. But, and this is a big but, well, I'm at peace with my car and with the Tesla brand once again, because I discovered that there is in fact a cruise control. There is an actual cruise control that is actually pretty cool and it's actually pretty nice. The only thing that I will not do is steer for you, right? The steering wheel now you're back in charge of it, but you don't need to do pedals like a cruise control, like a standard cruise control. You don't need to do pedals. You will do steering wheel. So for the length of this trip, at least for the length of this trip, I don't know if it's going to be a week or how long more. No more FSD. But that's, I think it's a good thing, because I'm starting to see more eyes everywhere. And despite all the advancements, despite all the goodness, despite all the technology behind FSD, I still like to do eyes on my own. Even though it's not, the whole thing is not on my own, right? The computers and the robots will do all of their work in the background in order to keep the car on the floor as much as possible, but at least I'm going to be able to steer should there be anything that I need to correct or anything. So anyway, long story short, no controls the speed that you set. It also stops for you. Depends on the traffic in front of you is going to stop. If the car in front of you stops, then FSD will slow down the car for you, and it'll pick up speed once the car in front of you picks up speed again. And here we are at the supercharger. One more time, and this one is, let me just get this through. Ooh, see how it looks. Okay, it's version 3, I think. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, here. Autopilot features removal to steer beta and full self-driving supervise have been temporarily removed due to continued improper use. Features will be restored in approximately 1 week. There. Hit OK. And then this. When you go to, in the options in the menu, you go to autopilot, then you have these 3 options, right? And you're supposed to, this is the good one, this is the full FSD supervised. There's this auto steer. I have no access to it anymore for a week, so I don't have access to any of these 2 anymore. But this, now the traffic aware cruise control, that's a thing, and I can turn this on as well. Traffic light and stop sign control is designed to slow down and stop for visible traffic lights or stop signs that are detected when traffic aware cruise control or auto steer is engaged. Driver, accelerator, or stop confirmation is required to proceed through all traffic controls, including green lights, blinking lights, and off lights. The vehicle will continue straight and will not make turns. The traffic light and stop sign control feature will not control for all intersections. Therefore, you must pay attention and be ready to take immediate action at all times, including braking. This feature may be conservative and slow down often at first. Over time, as we learn from your fleet, the feature will control more naturally. Performance may be degraded in difficult environments with pedestrians, rain, direct sunlight, or when approaching traffic controls that are obstructed. Do you want to enable traffic light and stop sign control while is it beta? Yes. So now I have traffic aware cruise control, which, believe me, it was amazing when I discovered I had it. Great, is a great cruise control, but then again, it doesn't steer for you, but does the pedals and does brake and stop with the traffic around you. And then now I have that traffic light and stop sign control activated as well. So one more time, no more FSD, no more auto steer, but cruise control. I learned I had it. I didn't know. I learned I had it, and this is the 12 charge of the trip. Magic. Gotta make sure at some point I gonna number, so but it's either 11 or 12 charge of the trip. And computer says we got 11 minutes here before continuing with the trip. So there you go. Either 11 minutes and go, or wait a little longer for a little more juice in the box. And then after this, we only have one more charger. I think I'm gonna wait longer, or just make the 11 minutes here. There's another charger in North Hudson, New York, and that's the last before we enter Canada. So in that case, I'd prefer to just do the 11 minutes here, and then in North Hudson, New York, I'm gonna do a longer charge, just in case that there is a line at the border, right? So if we need to stay at the border for longer, now the heating is working because temperature right now is 39. That's 4 degrees Celsius. Yeah, and so I prefer to have a little extra juice in the battery in case there's some waiting at the border, and then continue on. And yeah, so here we go. Charging, and then we're taking off. Bye. And that was it. 10 minutes. Made it up to 56%. And we have 1 hour 40 minutes to our next stop. And 93 miles. Sounds a lot of miles. Sounds a lot of time for only 93 miles. But I've noticed that speed limits are reduced around here, so that makes sense. I guess there's ice everywhere now. Gotta start paying more attention to everything. So, let's go! Alright, so now we got cruise control function activated with the green light and stop signs, steering stopping beta thing activated. It is great, it is fantastic, but if you're used to doing FSD, better be very careful. It is different. It is certain things that you're used to, that you're used the car to do for you, they're not gonna happen, and you better be aware of what's going on. It will keep your speed, it will do all the magic things, but not everything. So just keep that in mind, because your brain is gonna be plugged into the old-fashioned, into the good old trusty FSD, but it's not gonna do everything that FSD does. It's gonna do a bunch of things. It's gonna show you on the screen when is it gonna stop, when it's not gonna stop, when it's gonna give you more messages. Sometimes, but not all the time. So just keep that in mind. If you need, or better said, if you're used to doing FSD and you need to use cruise control instead, just be aware it's a different animal. It is fantastic. It's gonna do a lot of things for you, but it's just not the same as FSD, and you should better pay attention, extra attention for that. So that being said, here we go. See, I just lost an exit. Not a bad thing. The return is right here, so lucky me. See, it's not steering for you right now. So if you're not familiar with the place you're at and it's a bunch of exits and it's different ways and stuff, car's not gonna do it for you anymore. Better pay attention to the road and the GPS if you're using GPS, if it's a place you've never been to, because the car is not doing it for you anymore. Now that's on you. It may do the pedals, it may do the braking, it may do the acceleration, but that's it. And that being said, better just keep going on here. Good. We're back in track. So, one of the messages you'll see on the screen is, and this is part of the green light stop sign beta thing on cruise control, is stopping for traffic control. But that's gonna come up for every green light, every stop, or anytime the system, like it just happened on a train track. It will stop, slow down, and then until you put a little bit of pressure on the accelerator. So now you're in control of that. The car will stop, but in order to kind of like reset that little brake, you need to put a little pressure on the accelerator, and that's it. Here, stopping for traffic control in 100 feet because there's a light, right? And then when it turns green, what's gonna happen, let me see if I can show you. I don't think you can see the light from there, but anyway, what's gonna happen is that the message is gonna come up here, And I don't even know where this is at. Looks a very pretty town. Look, a theater and stuff. Anyway, the message is gonna come up, and then it's gonna start to accelerate, and then if you put a little bit of pressure on the pedal, then it's gonna pick up speed at speed limit or speed that's in front of you, of the car in front of you. Pretty neat, but again, this is not FSD, it's a different animal. So far, I've been working on the curve line. See, there you go. Green started picking up speed. Remember, you're in charge of the wheel. Again, you are in charge of the wheel. And here we go. There's another green light. Let me see if we got the message. Nope, not this time. But there's a red light up ahead in front of us. Maybe we'll get it then. Stopping for traffic control in 400 feet. 300 feet. Stop. Oh, look at Rivian. Look at that awesome car. Very nice. Anyway, welcome to upstate New York somewhere. This is called... Where are we? Schenectady, New York. Right next is the next town is called Scotia, and then it's just north of Hannaford. Green is picking up speed on its own, just matching the car in front of us. See, I don't have to do anything, just like FSD. It's just different because my brain is wired based on all my experience with FSD. And remember, it's not there anymore. So I have to remember that now I have to control the steering. It's just another muscle. It's just another memory trick I have to be in charge of. Just remember. Just remember. Now the Rivian in front of us. Stop and go, stop and go. Let's see if we can just move lanes and if things change if we do that. Great. Stopping for traffic control in 400 feet. This is a, you see, it's a roundabout. And it's slowing, and I'm just stepping until I make sure that it's fine to keep going. But the car is not gonna go through on its own. Pretty neat. Very, very neat. Driving through the mountains, so far this is the most fun drive of the trip. There's curves, not as many, and now I'm having to drive, right? So now I'm back in the wheel, and yeah, I gotta admit, it's been a really fun drive to do, to steer at least. I can see all this area when the snow is gone. Once the ice is gone, I can see all of the green. I can see that be very, very pretty. It is really nice, even as it is, with all the ice and stuff. Even with that, is really nice. But I can visualize it further into the year and full of stuff, full of nature and colors and stuff. Really nice, and more important than that has been the road. It's been really nice. Being in the hills, the mountains, there's curves, so we go up and down and left and right. It's been fun. Gotta admit, it's been fun. Most fun section to drive so far of the whole trip's been the Adirondack Mountains, and we are 18 minutes away from the the supercharger at North Hudson. 18 minutes, 19 miles away from the supercharger at North Hudson. We're gonna stop there and still to decide whether just stay for whatever the charger calls. If the charger says if the computer says 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or what, I'm not sure if I'm gonna stay just for that or just gonna leave the car connected for a little longer, because again, I'm not sure, I don't know how the border crossing will be, so I prefer to keep a little more battery just in case of anything. Yeah. Here we go. Let's go. Arriving at North Hudson supercharger, and this one by far is the nicest supercharger location I have been so far. I'll show you in a second, and I'll tell you why I think is the nicest location of them all so far. Let me just plug, park, plug, and all the good stuff. Alright. So let's do the magic. Same as always. Abracadabra. Brilliant. So, what do we have here? 20 minutes to go here. Okay, maybe. Now, another thing. It's 32 degrees. 0 Celsius, as you can tell by the eyes everywhere. But look at the location. There's other chargers here. Evolve New York. That's another brand, I guess. But check out the mountains right there. I don't know what that place is. Frontier Town. I guess it's a store, some kind of store. But I don't care. Look at the mountains. And check out the river. Let's go check out the river. If I can walk that way. No, because there's snow and there's a fence. But look at it. Maybe I can go. Let's take a walk. It's chilly though. It's chilly. Let me get this on. There we go. 0. So water freezes at 0. That's why Celsius means that's the that is the condition that they use in order to calibrate the Celsius centigrades system. Water freezes at 0, so they figured that could be a good 0. 32 Fahrenheit, I don't know what they were smoking when they figured that 32 was a good number for water to freeze. Yeah, it's chilly. I just want to check out the river, but there's no walking. And there's a car coming and another one coming out. I'm not getting in the snow. How about that side? That side looks a little cleaner. Yeah, there you go. I can walk through this. I hope. Not sinking? No. It's been a while since the last time I did ice. I'm not good friends with ice. I'm not loving ice. I never did. Never did. But here we are. Check out the river. This is the North Hudson. Check out this block of ice. That's starting to unfreeze. Right, but you can still walk over there. Oh, this is nuts. I hate ice. And I like ice. There's a bittersweet relationship with ice. One day I went skiing. This is a long time ago. I went skiing. And I suck at skiing. I'm not good at it, so I fell a few times. And my face, of course. I got this side or this side. I don't remember which side, but I got like huge, my face. And scar and... Anyway. What a location for a charger. Really cool. Alright, back to the car, see if I can take a couple pictures, and 20 minutes to go and we're out of here. Oh, see, I almost fell because I'm walking in the ice. Shouldn't be here at all. I so much prefer the ocean when it's warm than the ice. I'm not a friend of the ice. I don't like the ice. Anyway, let's go check out the car. Okay, so it's been a little longer than what the computer said, because again, I want to have some battery left for when entering Canada. That was charge number 12. Let's call it. It was 12. It was charge number 12. Bye-bye. And here we go. Should be the last charge before making my way into Canada, into Montreal. So, without further ado, let's go! Change of plans. Big change of plans. So this is a long story and I'll try to make it short. I had a few years ago, to be 2021 to be more exact, I had a DUI. If you're watching these, you don't know what a DUI is. It's driving under the influence, in my case, of alcohol. I had a situation in which I was stopped by the police and charged with a DUI, consequently finding me guilty of it, and thus it's an offense that stays in my record to date. I thought that well, it's 2025 now. I thought that 4 years after the fact that was gonna be gone off my record, but that's not the case. It's still there, remains alive, and even though I have made some trips already abroad, Canada to be more specific, they never mentioned anything about it. I've flown to Canada once since that event took place, and nothing happened. Nothing was picked up at any moment. But this time, probably because I'm driving, they picked it up and they said it was a problem, and they well, they're not gonna let me in Canada this time. In fact, I'm not gonna be able to visit Canada up until October of 2028. Yeah. So that's a big change of plans, but that doesn't change the fact the car is still going and I'm still pretty far away from Florida, and that I need to find a place to sleep, which is, as you can tell, this one right here. It's a very nice rest stop in the way to Plattsburgh, from the border between US and Canada, down south, a town called Plattsburgh, and this rest stop is right there in the middle. I'm gonna spend the night here, and then I guess things changed, so I have a couple days now, extra days I wasn't counting on, to do something else. Or maybe I should just make my way down to Florida right off the bat. Maybe go to Boston, Philadelphia. Maybe. Well, but that doesn't really matter right now. What the point is at the moment is I found spot to sleep, so gonna try to do that. We're at 36% battery charge. It is 23 degrees outside, so for sure I'm gonna use the heating tonight, see if that takes a toll on the battery, on how bad does it affect the battery, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna sleep, and I'm gonna think about what's next. I'm gonna try to listen to my dreams and see what's coming ahead now. And yeah, that's a bummer. Well, that is a bummer. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see what happens. See you next time. Subscribe, like, comment, all the stuff. I'm still doing that. And see you next time. Bye-bye.